Talking about TJ, just how would you assess how he handled being in there and what he was able to do?
That was pretty good. I thought it was, for the most part, we didn't go score 80 points. We won the game. But there were things in there too. I mean, TJ, but really everybody on the offensive side. There were opportunities for us to be better. So, and I think no different for him. But he was there in the last drive, and he found a way to win. He made the throw, we made the catch, and that was big for our football team to be able to do that. So I'm proud of him. TJ has worked hard. TJ is always locked in. TJ's out there every day doing everything that we ask him to do, and so that preparation showed up tonight, where he was able to get it done. And like everybody else on this football team, it wasn't pretty and wasn't perfect, but it got done. And we know, like, we all want it to be perfect. We all want to have these perfect games and these perfect stats and all that. But damn, it's, you got to win, find a way to win, and that's exactly what he did. So, you know what? I mean, give him the credit. Give him the credit. There's plenty of things, and that's my nature as a coach, to try to fix and make things better. But damn, the guy won the game. So. And other guys around him did too. It ain't just him. Other guys stepped up. Smoke had a pick at the end of the game. That helped seal it. I mean, there's some things that we did that other teams don't do, and they lose the game. And our guys could have folded. So, from that standpoint, I'm proud of him. And he played damn good to go out there and get it done.
Brian Wilson.
Coach Harsin, thank you so much for talking with us from the War Report. We saw a lot of different personnel on the field as far as wide receivers go, and there were a lot of questions coming out of the Penn State game about how that would look. Can you tell us what went into your evaluation to play the guys that you did?
Well, I think from the previous game, who's going to go out there and do some things on the field that are going to help us be more explosive? Didn't happen. We had opportunities, so back to the drawing board. I mean, we're running the ball, and there's some things that we've been able to do, but you got to balance this thing out. And we know that we have to have those guys at the wide receiver position, and we got to find ways to make plays. Our quarterbacks, like we said before, we got to find ways to put the ball in their hands. Sometimes you don't always have to throw it deep to have an explosive play. There's a chance you can take a little simple 5-yard hitch, and if you want, you can make somebody miss and go rip off an 80-yard run. Like, that's okay too. And that's things that we talk about with our offense. Like, there's got to be some explosion that comes on the perimeter. And we're looking for that. We're looking for that in this offense. And as a play caller, when it's there, the difference in calling plays when you hit one of those and you don't hit one of those are massive. It changes everything and the momentum of what you're trying to do. And so our guys know that, but we have got to find ways to make plays on the perimeter and be able to run the football. If you get a one-on-one matchup, we got to win. We got to win. And it doesn't always have to be a deep ball. It can be, like I said, an easy catch and go make something happen with it. So the reason why we're playing so many different personnel groups is we're trying to figure out what's the best combination, who's going to get their opportunity. Every guy on that field wants their chance. Well, here you go. Here's your chance. Do something with it. And we're going to continue to do that. We'll keep playing until we really figure out who gives us the best opportunity to be explosive and to make some of those plays consistently. And there were some good things. I don't want to take that away. There were some good things tonight from that standpoint, but we're going to get better at it. We're going to get better at it, and that's what we want. Like, that's what we're looking to do on offense is to provide more balance in being big plays, run game, other opportunities to get first downs and some dink and dunks, but being efficient with that. And ultimately, we kicked, from an offensive standpoint, way too many field goals. That's not going to win a ton of games if that's the formula. And we have a great kicker. He's one of the best in the country, if not the. And we have got to put that ball in the end zone when we get down in the red zone. And part of that is we can also score from the minus 30-yard line if we want to. And you can run it in for 70 yards. So we got to be able to do that too.
Jacob Goins.
Hey, Bryan, what did you see from your team this week, especially in the second half tonight, that gives you confidence going to LSU next week?
Well, they responded in the second half. It wasn't, when we got in the locker room, there was adjustments made, but there was also players like knowing that we didn't play to our standard, which I think a lot of it has to, again, I'm going to go back to Georgia State. I think a lot of it has to do with them. Yes, I know what it's supposed to look like from everybody's perception with Auburn and Georgia State. And I knew that Georgia State would play hard. And for 3.5 hours, that's the one thing you got to understand. For 3.5 hours, like, you don't have time to go out there and just figure it out. You already got to know going into that game. If you're trying to figure it out, and we were a little bit today. So the second half was, we got 2 quarters of our best football, and we better go out there and play like that. And I saw guys do that. Not everybody, but I saw guys do that. So that gives you a lot of hope, and it's encouraging to see that happen with our team. But you want to take that now and not have to play just 2 quarters of football. You want to play 4. You want to play a complete game, and we're going to be playing complete games. Every game we play, that's just the reality of it. We had one a week ago. So I saw a fight. I saw a fight in the Penn State game, though. It's not like those guys don't fight. It's not like there's like lack of courage or guys flinch. So we just got to get better at playing football. We got to just play good football. And so I don't have that concern necessarily that guys flinch or they don't have courage or they're not going to go out there and fight. It's just we got to get better at football. We've got to prepare better. We've got to coach better. I've got to do a better job of getting everybody ready every single day and upholding the standard, because it matters. Like, you don't uphold the standard on a Tuesday, it affects you on Saturday. And everybody in our building, academically, all right, from a football standpoint, like, there's yet to be a week that we've just had everything just go like it's supposed to. Show up on time, go to class, do the things that we're supposed to do, have all the things right from a coaching standpoint. Like, it's so many things that we can get better at, and that's the beauty of it. We've identified it, and we can, and there's not anybody in that building that's against doing those things. It's just we have to do them. And I love that. Like, I love being in that environment where there's that challenge. It's not just the game. It's the challenge of every single day trying to get everybody in that building, myself included, to do our job to the highest standard that we all agreed that we would do it at. That's the challenge day in and day out. And I don't see anybody on this staff or team that's like, no, we're not doing that. They're like, all right, how do we do it? And just, we got to be intentional and more purposeful, and we've got to make sure that every day we uphold the standards that we set for ourselves so that it shows up on game day and we're ready. And then we're just playing the game, and we're just playing good football on Saturdays.
Patrick Brickman.
Coach, can you tell me how Bo handled the switch, when TJ came in, how he was on the sideline, and how do we plan on handling the quarterback position going into SEC play, getting ready?
Hey, I mean, what do you expect? Like, he wants to be out there. That's why I said I made that decision. So, yeah, he's probably pissed, which every competitor would be. You want to be out there on the field, but that's not what he could control in that situation. I controlled that. And so he supported his teammates. That's what he can control. And that's how any player that comes out of the game, like, you don't want to come out of the game, but sometimes, coaches make decisions. And that's the decision that I made in the game. So really, all Bo can do and all anybody else can do is support your teammates, which is exactly what he did. And to me, like, there's more to that than a lot of people think. So, and then moving forward, like I said, we're coming back to work on Sunday. Bo's going to get himself ready. TJ's going to have himself ready. It's going to be no different than what we've done, but other than that, the things that we have to work on as far as getting better. And I fully expect those guys and everybody on this team to show up on Sunday and be ready for what we have to discuss as a team and what we have to focus on moving forward. And then all the stuff that's going to make us successful, like I just said, all the little things day in and day out that matter, that make us a disciplined team. We got some toughness, All right, we need more discipline, and I know that we can do those things, and so that comes from me. I got to explain it better and be a lot more deliberate about what we're trying to accomplish every single day and what the goal is, and then believe every day that we're going to be successful. Because these guys on this team, that's the one thing. Like I love, especially after this game, being in the locker room. I love talking to these players and just listening to, kind of like just their thoughts on the game and where they think we are and those type of things. Because it tells me these guys, they care, all right, they give a crap, and they want to show up tomorrow and they want to get better. But I mean, if there's a guy on this team that I pull out and he's not pissed about it, I'm going to be worried. That's how you're a competitor. Like, you're here to play. And coaches make decisions, and all you can do as a player is control what you can control. And that's how it always is, in my opinion.
Coach, our last question is from Brian Matthews.
Yeah, Brian, I got asked about the quarterbacks again. As far as going through the week, when would you like to have a decision made on the starter for LSU? What's sort of your game plan there?
I don't have a game plan like that. That's not how it works. I don't have a game plan like that. And I don't have to tell anybody what the game plan is. All right? I played it. I've coached it. All right? And those guys, the quarterback position, you get yourself ready like everybody else. Bottom line, you're a part of this team. Wide receivers, get yourself ready. DBs, get yourself ready. All right? Specialists, get yourself ready. I mean, I know everybody wants to make a big thing out of that. That becomes the storyline. The storyline is get better. That's the storyline. Auburn football, get better every single day, moving forward. All right? You're playing chess, not checkers. Prepare yourself, have yourself ready. Coaches, get better. Everybody improve every single day. Be 1-0. However you want to say that. Be 1-0 every day, and then get yourself ready throughout the week so you can go cut it loose on Saturday and play really good football. That is the message, period. And I'm not getting into all that other stuff. So that's what they're going to hear from me, and that's what I'll tell you all as well. I know what you're asking, but I've like I said, that position and every other position on this team is going to hear about what we have to do to get better and how to go 1-0 on Sunday and what that's going to look like. And every coach is going to have a goal for his players, and they're going to have a process for their players, and every coach is going to go through his checklist for he and his position group and his side of the ball, and we won't miss a step. We won't skip, and we won't miss anything, and we'll make sure we got things covered so that we're ready for Monday, and then we'll focus on Monday when it's time.